What is up guys, AK here and welcome back to yet another brand new video in today's vlog. Today is 29th of June, it's Monday, and today is National Camera Day. So we are going to be talking about different cameras and how did I start my photography journey with these cameras 6 years back. Let's get started. Of course, I did not end up buying all these big DSLRs and everything in a single day, but it's mainly through all projects and everything which I would have earned. I've spent it on DSLRs and stuff like that and lenses. So let's start with the first camera on how I started photography. So this is the first camera, which is a Canon Xs. Now let us check it, the case, everything original. So this, it's a point and shoot. This is the Canon Xs 800 IS with image stabilization, and yeah, this had a 6 megapixel camera, and this was my first. I did not even have a phone when I used to have this camera, so this was about 6 years back, I guess. Yeah, 6 years back. And it was great. So there was a small viewfinder and stuff like that, so you could take, there was a zoom, there was a flash. Let's check whether this thing switch on. Oh, it switches on as well, so you can still see. Not sure whether you could properly see, but yeah. And it was pretty great because this has a zoom lens of 5.8 to 23.2 mm. That's what it is written, but you could zoom in like any other point and shoot these days, it would. And yeah, it was pretty great. So this was my first camera. It's showing memory card error, and yeah, I remember I used to put like 1 GB memory card and but 500 MB 2 GB memory card and stuff like that. Of course, all that was still there back then, but currently also in this you have a 4 GB memory card. So this was my first camera, and it'll always be in my mind. This because this is where I started photography. Next camera which I got was also a Canon camera, but a more advanced version. So this was the Canon Xs 220 HS, and this has high stabilization. It was very thin compared to this one. This was very fat, and this had a bigger display as well with less function buttons. This one, however, I remember stopped working because I tried to take it underwater and then it stopped working, and then boom. But I used to do a lot of vlogging with this. This is where I started vlogging as well, so this was great because it just used to easily fit in any pocket as well. The battery was also good, so very slim profile, and I really like this. And this was 12 megapixels, which is almost double of this. So I got this almost about 1 year, I guess, after. Both these cameras I did not buy. This was my father's cameras, which I was just using, and I was just starting to take photographs. After both of this, I got my first phone, which was also technically a camera. So this was the iPhone 4S. It still works, it just needs to be charged, but this was a brick phone, and I'm not sure how much megapixels it is. I need to check online, but it was a great camera as well. It was way more portable because it was way more thinner than the Canon Xs 220 as well. So this was way more portable and it had a good battery life as well back then. And this, I think, was my first phone as well, which I got about 4 years back. This was my first phone, which I got 4 years back. So this was great. Now, after that, I got my first DSLR. Of course, I can't show my first DSLR because I sold it. It was the Nikon D3200, but I have a similar version, which is the D5600. So it was something like this without a flip out screen, and it was good. It was about 22 megapixels or 24 megapixels. Again, I'll have to check that online, but it was great. And I really loved it because it had all the fancy lenses, and you could change lenses and remove, and as everybody would do, I added like a battery pack and stuff like that. So it was great. And yeah, I really loved that camera, and I used it almost for a solid 4 years, I guess. Yeah, 4 years, solid 4 years. And in between the period, like 1 year after I got my camera, I also got this lens, which is the 50mm manual lens, and it is still my favorite lens, my favorite go-to lens. Amazing bokeh you get, and you can still interchange it to anything. And this is 50mm on any Nikon camera, so even on a full frame it will be 50mm because it is a manual lens. So you need a manual gear for doing the automatic focus on this lens. So this was great. After that, I also got this camera, which is by Lumix. This is the Lumix GX1. This was a major vlogging camera for me for about solid 2-3 years, because yeah, it was great because it was small, it was tiny, and by the time I started using all of this, most of these devices started wearing out, and I did not even use it, especially this one, etc. This one I still used to use, but then it stopped working. And the phone which I got that time, I think was about iPhone 5s. That also I just sold. So iPhone 5s was what I was using. That was also, I had a great camera, actually one of the best cameras. So yeah, that was also amazing. So this camera also stopped working. There's a battery issue in it, I'm not sure what, but this also had interchangeable lenses. I had one lens, I have only one lens, which is the 14-42 for this, and this is a mirrorless camera. So yep, I'm not selling any of these cameras because I still want it to be there. But yeah, apart from this, then next camera which I got was the D5500, not 5600, which was with the flip out screen. I use this for vlogging whenever I'm going to India or something like that, and it's still great because I generally use it also as a top down camera if I'm doing anything, any kind of shoot or anything. If I'm using it as a second camera also, it works well. So this is my go-to camera, and for vlogging mainly, or even for instant pictures or anything like that. Now coming to my main camera as of now is this beast, you could say. This is the Nikon D7200. It's again a crop frame. I'll tell a story about this, why this is still my camera. So this has a motor, as what I was saying in the side. So if I add this 50mm, which means that you can focus with this automatically, so then it's not a problem. And I got this camera recently, only I guess 1 year back in May. So I saved up a lot of money, about 3,500 dirhams or 4,000 dirhams as of last year, and I spent it on this. And also with the lens and all accessories together, I combined, I guess it was about 5,000, 6,000 dirhams, because I got a flash, I got a 35mm, I got a 85mm, and yeah, this is a great lens. This is by far my favorite lens. This is the 85mm f1.8G lens. It is a killer lens, killer bokeh you get, and it's amazing for portraits. I use it a lot, even on D850, D5 or stuff like that. I still don't prefer the f1.4. Of course, you get more stop of light in that, but I still prefer the 1.8 because it's lighter, and you almost get the same result, and it's almost unnoticeable. So this is the 7200 attached with a battery pack. After this, this was my backup camera as well for a while, and my main camera was the D750. But I sold the D750 because I had to buy something else. So I was planning on buying the D850 for an upgrade, but that is still pending, so pretty soon I might get that. But for now, let things stabilize, and after that I'll plan on buying it. But for now, this is my main camera. Of course, I'm not doing much of shooting as well now. I have few of the gear such as D810, D850 and all with me, which are my friends, and the shoot which I'd gone for. So that is there. And apart from that, yeah, that is pretty much it. What is there in my camera collection? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras I have. And this is where it all began, all the way till this today. So it took a lot of hard work, and people ask me how I do it, did you? It is not one day's job. You gotta keep on hustling. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you guys tomorrow in another brand new vlog. Peace out.